Good afternoon, you're watching Lunchtime News on TV1. But before we head into our stories, first we'll take a look at your headlines.
Sri Lanka celebrates May Day today. Main rallies in Batticaloa, Galle and Colombo. 5 arrested over the theft of the award of late Dr. Lester James Pierce. Samurdhi Bank will not be allowed to be taken under the central bank. Statement by former State Minister Lakshman Yapa Abewardena. Senior journalist Victor Ivan claims the respect for political leaders is evaporating.
Into one of your leading stories now, a risk of falling rocks into the Katugasura-Gannora road in Varathan area has arisen as a result of persistent rains.
The Katugasura Traffic Police has requested the general public to be vigilant when using the road. The Department of Meteorology has forecast showers exceeding around 100 millimeters in several districts of the island today. Meanwhile, given the severe heat conditions, the Health Promotion Bureau has advised the general public to consume more water to avoid any health hazards. Its director epidemiologist Dr. Pabba Palihevarna said this would help prevent the cause of dehydration.
One person was injured after an explosion took place in the Bulutota area in Kolonava and Lipitiya. The incident had taken place around 9 last night, and preliminary investigations have revealed that the reason was an electric leak. 2 shops and a house in the area have been damaged from the explosion. A SLTB bus that belongs to the Godakavala depot and a 3-wheeler that had been parked at the location have also been damaged. Police say that the reason behind the explosion could be an electric leak. The police added that officials of the CEB will be brought to the location for further investigations. The Gammadha program to create awareness on pre-flood preparations organized with the assistance of the Asia-Pacific Alliance for Disaster Management and the respective district secretariats and Pradeshia Sabhas will be conducted today as well. The aim of the program is to create awareness, prevent the loss of life and property during disaster caused in the southwestern parts of the island with the start of the monsoon rain.
Today is the third and the last day of the pre-flood preparations program, which has been organized in collaboration with the Asia-Pacific Alliance for Disaster Management, John Keel's Holdings, Nations Trust Bank, district secretariats and the police. The workshops today will be conducted in the Panapitiya, Tebuana, Madurwala of the Kalutara district today. First program was successfully held in the Galpatha Purana Viharaya in Panapitiya. People who live in areas which are prone to the risk of floods attended the workshop. The locals were educated on first aid and life-saving procedures in an emergency situation.
5 people have been arrested in suspicion over the theft of the award presented to the late Dr. Lester James Pierce. The award presented to late Dr. Lester James Pierce at the International Film Festival of India was discovered last Saturday in a private bus in Colombo. It was discovered on the luggage rack of a private bus operating from Kaduvela to Kolpiti after the bus driver and conductor tipped the police about the award. At the 31st International Film Festival of India held in New Delhi, Dr. Lester James Pierce was presented with a Lifetime Achievement Award in recognition of his service to the film industry. The award was placed next to the remains of Dr. Lester James Pierce and was stolen on the day when the final rites were performed. Several political parties in the country will celebrate World Labour Day today. The government decided to postpone May Day celebration from the 1st of May to the 7th following a request made by the Mahasangha, as Vesak was also celebrated that week.
Chicago, May 1st, 1886, a peaceful labour demonstration in Haymarket Square in support of an 8-hour working day ended in violence on the 4th. The demonstration drew some 1,500 Chicago workers. In protest at the killing of a worker on the 3rd of May, a bomb was thrown at police and gunfire ensued. At least 10 people died in the violence that day. The Haymarket affair is generally considered as the origin of the International May Day observances for workers. Today, the Sri Lanka Freedom Party will celebrate May Day in Chenkaladi, Batiklo under the auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena. General Secretary of the UPFA, Mahinda Amaravida, said members and supporters of the party island-wide will attend the May Day celebrations today. The May Day rally of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna will be held at the Samnala grounds in Galle. The rally is set to begin at 1 p.m. The May Day rally of the People's Liberation Front or the Janata Vimukti Peramuna will be held at the BRC grounds in Colombo.
Speaking at a seminar in Dabula, senior journalist Victor Ivan had this to say.
Everywhere you look, it seems to have rotted. The acceptance towards political leaders and party is evaporating. Leaders of every sector in the country are conflicted in terms of intelligence. They can't even get a gazette published or drafted properly at the very least. If we are to come out of this, the country has to go in for a complete restructure with the participation of the people, something which wasn't completed after independence.
Speaking at a media briefing yesterday, former State Minister MP Lakshman Yapa Abewardena commented on the Samurdhi Bank.
The Honourable Prime Minister said yesterday the Samurdhi Bank will be brought under the central bank. If he wants to do that, the act should be changed with a 2/3 majority vote in Parliament. The bank was established to grant loans to the poor. There is an investment of 120 billion rupees allocated to strengthen the economy of the poor. Now they are going to uplift this fallen economy using that money. We cannot let that happen because we cannot let them destroy the money allocated for the poor. We cannot watch them destroy this bank like how they did with the central bank and other businesses. We will let the Samurdhi officers and Samurdhi beneficiaries know about their intentions. We will not let them bring the Samurdhi bank under the central bank. Former Minister S.P. Disanayake also spoke on this matter during a media briefing in Kandy last night. This money does not include a single cent of funds raised by the government. This business was established with the money collected by the poor and small committees. These banks cannot function like commercial banks, and that is why in 2016 they kept the money in the treasury. They are trying to do that again. This cannot be done the way the Prime Minister wants.
Field Marshal Sayed Fonseca spoke to the media following an Sinhala and Tamil New Year celebration held in Nahena, Calonia yesterday.
I believe we will be able to move forward with the new cabinet of ministers. We have a group of SLFP members with us, the ones with problems left. The UNPers have received proper ministerial portfolios following the restructure. So I believe during the next 1.5 years, our responsibility will be to resolve the issues faced by the people and serve them.
The Left Centre convened a media briefing in Monaragala last night.
We all know the Prime Minister will never be able to win the hearts of the people as a leader of the United National Party. The party leadership held by Ranil Wickremesinghe is weakening the party. In other words, it is now easy for Mahinda Rajapaksa to obtain power. It has created a suitable environment for him to establish power.
A person has been arrested with a stock of Egerwood known locally as Wallapatta, which was being transported from Beliatta to Vadigala Ranna. The Egerwood was discovered during a raid carried out by the Ambalantara Police Special Task Force last night. According to the police, 22 kg of Egerwood was seized in the raid, which was conducted based on a tip-off received. The value of the stock is estimated to be around 150,000 rupees. Police said the suspect is a resident of the Beliatta area and is believed to have been involved in this racket for a long period of time. The suspect and the stock of agar wood is to be produced before the court tomorrow.